the 93-year-old Los Angeles Adventure Club has voted once again to bar women from their club. Now, we've got a couple pictures of the fun things that these gentlemen are enjoying. These are guys being guys with other guys and often with bears.
I think I see a free seat over on the left aisle on the...
I think that might be bingo night. Let me tell you a little bit about what these guys do. The venerable LA institution, the Adventures Club of Los Angeles in California, has banned women from being among their ranks for nearly 100 years. The club's members include men who have sailed around the world, run marathons on every continent, and undertaken numerous other adventures. The club displays artifacts and pieces of history collected by the club members from all over the globe, commemorating their international expeditions. But they do not appear to think that their ban on women is sexist. The club states that women who have done the same type of adventures as the men are occasionally allowed to attend as guests.
Oh, wow.
So
there you go. Well, God bless.
Okay. I'll start here. I have no problem with this. So what? A bunch of old guys want to hang out with a bunch of old guys. Like, who cares? I mean, really, what woman even wants to be involved with these men?
What
you know what I mean?
wants to be involved with these men?
Yeah, really. I mean, you want to go hang out in their old room with the bear and the...
Insufferable. Is
That's not them, but those are guys having adventures.
Yeah.
How insufferable are the conversations at this club?
Right, it's just like...
Oh, yeah. Oh, you climb Mount XYZ, please. That's nowhere near the mountain I climb.
I killed 6 Sherpas to get to the top of this one.
But John, you have to be for this because we've learned you're a big feminist. So you must want the women equal, right? You want the women.
Judging by that photo and the number of open seats, I think that there are not women who are fighting to get into this. I think that they're just doing this every year to be like, oh, we're totally exclusive. Everybody wants to get in, but we're not letting them. I don't think that that's actually happening. Look, I think that it's okay to have women-only clubs and men-only clubs so long as they're not the places where you need to be able to be a part to succeed in politics or to succeed in business. Like, there are definitely groups that if you don't allow women, then okay, you're not going to have CEOs, you're not going to have people getting into state government. Like, those things need to be integrated. But if people want to have social groups, I'm generally okay with it.
Well, then where do you draw the lines? The question. So let's draw that. So I think we all generally agree, being the libs that we are, that if you're a huge club like the Rotary Club was back in the day, I guess they still survive.
I don't even know if there's an equivalent now.
Yeah,
Because there's still Rotary clubs.
Right, there are, but back in the day they were powerful.
But there's usually not one thing you need to be in order to crack the club.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, the Masons.
Whatever it was in that particular town, that's where business was done, right? And so it was really harmful to women to keep them out of that, and they did other things, and I'm sure they farted and laughed and stuff, and when the women weren't in the room, and good for them and stuff. But they also conducted business, so women had to be allowed, right? Now, these days they're not nearly as powerful, and then you can see in the pictures. I mean, they look miserable. Like, who even wants to? Jesus.
I love
chairs. I mean, the chairs alone. Get a cushion.
Right.
Look at those chairs.
The average member there is a week from taking the final journey into death.
Yeah. Even the bears are a little bored. But where do we draw the line? Like, so if you say, hey, you know what, they're allowed to do it now, I mean, maybe they are conducting business not at the Polar Bear Club or whatever this thing is, right? But
at some lunch club, they start, some men's club where
right. So do you have to make a rule? Like, so should it be allowed or should it not be allowed, right? And I'm with you guys. I feel like just let the old dudes be with old dudes. They want to keep out the girls in their treehouse, At the same time, I feel like you can't really make a rule based on that.
Yeah.
Right, because if they did it on religion or some other thing, then we'd be
right.
Right?
And what if the group was slightly larger and it was slightly more powerful and there was some business conducted?
No, I think if it's a totally, I'll rule.
Okay.
Sorry.
Jesus Christ.
I think if it's a private club, you can do it, and then everybody's going to call you a dick.
Under 50.
No, more.
Under 100.
A couple hundred.
Wow, but then you're going to let almost anybody do it then.
Yeah, well, I mean, they got to be private. You probably have to pay more tax. You can't get any kind of tax break on any part of it. Can't get even an environmental break for having the right kind of drainage system or whatever. You get nothing. You get nothing. But if you want to have a group that's men only, if you want to have a group that's whites only, it's okay. We're going to make a significant value judgment on everybody in that club, but go
but
forward.
You're saying it's America.
You're right. It's America. It's not a restaurant. Like, it's not covered by the Civil Rights Act. It's not a motel. It is literally a place for you to meet with your friends, and you might, and you charge some fee for it. I think we have room for that. I think it is legal. I think I'm quoting the law, basically. right?
Right.
I mean, the Masters, for crying out loud, we know business gets done at golf clubs. It's a tournament. CBS broadcasts it. They don't let women in, or now, I guess, I don't know, maybe they just let a couple in. I can't even remember because I don't care.
Well, I agree with you, but I also think it's partly because you can't legislate this. So, all right, so you ban them. Well, guess what? These guys are going to find another place to go ahead and do what they want to do on the DL, which is probably what the KKK is doing right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I would say, yeah, just let them do it, and as long as they're not getting tax breaks or anything, then.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's a little bit easier for us in the modern day to sort of take pity on them because they're not the hall of power now. Like, we do have women who are joining government. Not enough. We only have 100 in Congress, which seems crazy, but I don't know where you would draw any other lines, so I could be persuaded. Feel free to tweet me to change my mind, but I'm leaning towards Verbennis.
The ruling is, by unanimous decision, they're allowed to be crotchety old men and hang out with each other. But watch it. If you
If you get popular again.
if you get
We
really,
see you.
Yeah, if you get really powerful and then you're excluding people, then we're gonna have to come and regulate.
And also, you're being douchebags. Women who go on adventures would like to sit in your dumb club and tell their dumb stories too.
And I thought that was the whole reason you went on the adventures was to get women.
Right. Totally. Yeah. Right. Well.
But the flip side to that is, look, sometimes 4 guys, 8 guys just want to get together and talk guy shit. Get off their ass.
Right. Totally.
Yeah, and and women like to do that too, right?
Of course.